Parak 4, Mishnah 4. Rabbi Levitas, Ish Yavna, says, Ma'od ma'od have shafal ruach. It's very, very important. Very, very much so. Be shafal ruach. Be moderate of spirit. Right? Be modest. Don't be arrogant. Be humble. Right? Just be easygoing, soft, gentle, not imposing your will. Just let the go with the flow. Shetikva enosh rima. Because in the end, your hope, right? Not even the pain, not even the tikva, the hope of a man, of your body, anyways, the physical aspect of man, is rima. Right? Remember we said there's more than one word it can use for man. And you see in the preceding Mishnah it says, right? Al ti baz l'cho adam. Use the word adam. Right? Adam is man in potential. Right? When you look and you see human being, the potential. Right? He says, show respect. Right? Don't embarrass any man. Every human being has potential. They have the opportunity to become something. So this doesn't use the word adam. Right? It uses the word enosh, which is the lowest word for a man. It's a man in a corporeal and physical sense. Because the reality is, the ultimate goal of your soul is not, right? The ultimate goal of your soul is not Rima. It's your body. So the hint of this is, what is it when people get to be arrogant? Right? Think of the most arrogant people you know. Or hopefully arrogant people you don't know, but you can imagine from fiction, because we don't know any arrogant people. Right? But the masters of the universe guys, right? People are arrogant over their bodies. I've got a perfect body. Well, that body either came from your genes or your plastic surgeon, right? You had very little to do with it, right? I'm arrogant over my face or my hair or my looks, right? I'm arrogant over my wealth, right? My family left me $1 bazillion, and I'm richer than you are. I'm arrogant over my yichus, right? My family's important and your family isn't. The stuff that makes people arrogant, right? The stuff that makes you hungry, passionate for more stuff, I want to steal and touch everything because I'm Joe super cool. It's all body stuff. I'm smarter than you are. I'm taller than you are. I'm handsomer than you are. My car is faster than yours. My house is bigger than yours. Right? The logos on my clothes are better than the logos on your clothes. It's all so what. But he says the hope of a person, right, is worms. The interesting thing is he doesn't say the fate of a person, he says the hope of a person. And the beauty of that is that's a gift. The gift is if you recognize, if you can have clarity that all of this physical passion stuff is short term. Right? Marbe Basar, Marbe Rima, what you're feeding is worm food. Right? You have two choices. Right? If you had a choice and you could spend, you're given $1 million, and your choice is you can put that $1 million into building a home, a mile off the beach on solid ground, or you put that $1 million into building a sand castle just below the water line. Right? Where would you put your money? A mile off the beach. Not below the water line.
No.
Why? Because it's temporary. It's going away as soon as the high tide comes in. Right? Now what happens if no one ever told you that was a floodplain? Right? You're looking at this beautiful beach, and you're looking at the other spot is behind a hill a mile back. Right? Think of it as tsunami zone. And you look at it and say, I'm going to build myself on stilts in the tsunami zone. You don't know, it's just, I'm going to go build on the beach because it's gorgeous. And no one tells you that you should know that sometime, in the next 2 weeks, that surf's coming back in, and when winter comes, you're destroyed. Right? You'll invest time and energy and money into building that house down on the stilts, down on the beach, not realizing that when the first major storm comes, it's gone. Because you didn't know. It's a tremendous gift, the hope of man. It's a tremendous gift that you know that this corporeal stuff, clothes and money and food and houses and shoes and underwear and logos and cars and speed, is all short-term physical meat stuff, and it's all gone when the tornado hits in the next For most of us now, we're within 30, 40 years of that. Right? It's no longer a long horizon. 30, 40 years from now, the waves are going to come crashing in, and all the meat stuff you've spent your life building is gone. Now, do you want to go put your $1 million into your soul? Or you want to put, right? Or you want to put your $1 million into your enosh, into the part of man that's going to get eaten by worms? Where do you invest your life? Most of us invest our lives in trying to make sure we have nicer art, or better stuff, or finer shoes, or better, it's a mistake. That the number one obligation when dealing with another person is to love them and to help them with their pain. Right? Rabbi Tauber spoke once. He said, it's easy to talk about the Chorban Beis HaMikdash. We're going to sit on the floor and cry and talk about the destruction of the Second Temple, and we're going to talk about why it happened. He says you can't do that with the Shoah, with the Holocaust. You can't take a person who lost their family and sit down and explain to them why it happened. All you can do is hug them and love them and help them. Because at that point, the pain is all that matters. The pain is too close. So a guy who had financial setbacks and lost everything, to look at him and say, here's what you should learn from this. Here's how you should become a better person from it. That is not your job. Your job is to help figure out how he's going to get enough money to get into an apartment and get new dishes and get new stuff and get a job and get money for food and help him get back on his feet. It's not about trying to have him, his Rav can help him get clarity as he moves forward to trying to get clarity. I'm going through this whole cancer nonsense. Now, so for me personally, I'm working through what I can get out of it, right? For you to sit me down and say, it's only right that you should have your life on the line on the flip of a coin, right? Here's what you deserve, and here's the Aveira you probably committed, and here's the way, right? Who do you think you are? Sorry. Now, for me to go to sit with Rabbi Cohen and say, here's ideas I'm working through, and here's the pathway I'm choosing, and here's how, that to me it's a bracha right now. As long as I don't die from it, it's a bracha. That it's forcing me to take my life seriously. To not just sit here and waste everything. Right? It's a reminder, it's a kick in the pants to remind myself that things matter. It's not your place to tell me. Mm-hmm. So the practical question of what do you do with a guy whose stuff got washed away, whatever you can do to help them. It's not your place to explain to them that, you're really better off without a fancy car. Do what you can to rescue them. Right? It's when a person's embarrassed, don't try to rebuke them. Don't try to see them. Right? When a person's angry, don't try to calm them down. You have to understand who they are. That's not our job. Our job is, I love you, let me help you. That said, now when you're not in desperate pain, you're sitting with your buddy, and he's investing his whole life in how to make sure that his muscles are properly sculpted. Right? That is building a sandcastle. Mm-hmm. You're investing 6 hours a day of your life in a sandcastle? Bubby, it's a mistake. Right? It's a problem. He says, be modest. The people who are arrogant, the people who are lustful, right? People whose spirit and ruach is huge, right? What is it usually aimed at? It's aimed at building sandcastles below the waterline. He says it's a mistake. It's a tragic and terrible mistake. Mm-hmm.